Hi guys, welcome to A Cumbrian Lad Outdoors and welcome to today's video. Now with Christmas approaching, unfortunately I'm having to work a few weekends to get a few pennies in for Christmas. So I've been working this morning. I finished work at 12 o'clock and it is now just gone 2:15. So I needed somewhere close so we could get a camp in. So what I've decided to do is go up one of my local childhood haunts, which is the Beacon Pike, just at the top of Penrith, which is where we're at now. We're just at the very beginning of the walk. You can see the path there that we've just come up, and I'm joined by the two very handsome Bewley brothers once again.
Yes,
like I say, we're just at the very top of Penrith, just off of Beacon Edge, in a lovely woodland, and you can see already just how low the sun is in the sky, and if you peek through those trees you can just make out the sun glinting off a few rooftops. Yeah, like I say, I spent many an hour here as a child playing with all my mates, so it's going to bring back some good memories, this one, so let's go. It's a lovely little woodland to walk through this, and even just the walk up is already bringing back some very happy childhood memories. Quite clearly see the path we're following there. It's a very easy walk. Lush woodland. I've got leaves on the very wet path. There's the lads up ahead of us. And Geordie, Paul and Floki have joined us. Unfortunately Paul isn't camping, but he's come to join us for the beer o'clock. Floki's getting a bit of attention from the Bewley brothers. It's the first time he's met them and he looks very happy with the attention, doesn't he? What a soft dog. I was just saying to Paul, as a child there wasn't quite so many paths here, or certainly they weren't as clearly visible. The path that we're taking is going off to the right. However, as you can see to the left, there is clearly a path there that I don't remember. Although it probably was there, and that path takes you to Penrith Golf Club. But as we're in reminiscence mode, we're going to go the way that I know, which is off to the right. And just before we take that turn to the right, Paul's just pointed out this plaque here which says this wood was replanted in 1927 and there's 38 acres. Now it isn't a big walk this, it's only about a mile. Relatively steep in places, but it's not terrible. Now as a child I remember there being a bit of a quarry, and you could cut up through the quarry rather than walking all the way around. It would save you a good 15 minutes on the walk. Now obviously when you're an adult things seem a lot smaller than they did when you were a child. We've just come to a little bit of what looks like an old quarry area, but I don't think this is it, but we'll have a quick look around. So that's the path off the main path that comes in. You can see we're in like a little bit of a bowl. Some lovely autumnal colours with the sun shining through, and there is a bit of a shortcut up there, but like I say, I don't think this is the little quarry bit that I'm thinking of, because although it will be a lot smaller than I remember, I think it should be a bit bigger than this. So we'll get back on the main path and we'll have a look for that bit. Well, we are just about at the beacon now, and it looks like that little quarry bit that we were in before was the bit that I used to play in as a child, and it's absolutely blown my mind. I was expecting something maybe 3 or 4 times bigger, taller than that. I remember climbing up it. That's really quite a shock. I mean, like I say, it's got to be it'll be 20 years or more since I've been up here, but like I say, we're only a matter of 50 metres away from the beacon now, so let's go and have a look at that. We're just emerging from the woodland and we're going to get our first glimpse of the beacon. There she is. It's actually not a massive structure, but it is surprisingly big. It doesn't look that big from a distance, but once you get up close it is. Look at that. And you also get quite a decent view. You can see Blencathra and over Penrith. And it's a lovely, calm, still day as well. It looks like we've got quite a few areas to pitch the tent as well, which I did think there would be if my memory served correct. I remember there being steel railings around this building. Well, that's obviously gone, and the original door's gone as well, but they've replaced it with a metal one. so you can't get in, unfortunately. It would have been nice to get some views from upstairs, but we'll have a look around. There you can see the metal door, and that is most definitely locked, unfortunately. We do have W. Phillipson 1919 carved into the stone, and I do know that that is possibly a little bit later than the date that it was made. We're just going to have a look around, and then I'll give you some stats on when it was built and why it was built. But now we're up close, you can see it's not that small really, it's quite big. We do have a little window here, you can't really see much, you can see some old backy packets and tin cans from when you could get in, but that window's blocked up as well. Yeah, what a cracking view as well. This view is just exactly the same as I remember though. Yes, some very good childhood memories are coming flooding back. They really are. The hours that I played up here with my mates, countless, I couldn't tell you. There's also another area, what we used to call Calrake Quarry, just a bit further down, and now I've come up here again and I'm remembering all my happy childhood times. I think I'm going to do that one soon as well. Right, so a little bit of information on the beacon for you. It was built in 1719. So that's around about the time, there or thereabouts, of Henry VIII. So in that time you would have war, you would have raiding parties and such like. So things like the beacon were built high up on the hills above towns and villages where you could light a fire, and if the fire was lit there, the surrounding towns and villages would know that there's a war or there's some kind of trouble coming. Paul's just mentioned in town there's lots of little squares and courtyards, and they were built like that, so when the raiding parties come or when the wars came, they could actually barricade themselves in those little courtyards and it was easy to defend. So yeah, there's a little bit of history on the beacon for you. So we're enjoying the great views and the great company. So we're going to get the rucksacks off. We're going to put the cameras down for a little bit. We're going to have a beer o'clock with Paul before he goes home with Floki. And I'll try and get my drone up, and then it'll be time to get the tents up.
Get it, Floki.
Somebody's made a friend. I wish I had half that dog's energy, let me tell you.
Oh no.
Right guys, that's us all set up and we are losing the light. We've had quite a good crack with a number of people coming up here. I knew it would be popular until about sunset. And yeah, we've got it to ourselves now. Absolutely beautiful, so it is. You're just looking up at the beacon there. And then we've got some beautiful sunset colours in the sky. We can just and so see the very tail end of Ullswater. I don't know whether the camera's going to pick that out. But yeah, as you can see, we've got the whole spot to ourselves. Andy's in the Fox 2 with his usual setup. OEX Somnus and the City Summit Etherlight XT Extreme. Daz is in the Helm 2, once again with his usual setup. City Summit Etherlight XT Extreme and the Alp Kit Sky High 900. It's got a few strongbows in there, all day breakfast and a Summit to Eat morning oats. It's got some roast beef in there as well. And it's been a long time since I've been in the hot tent, so I am in the One Tigris Iron Wall with my Pomerley Lone Wolf 902 wood burning stove, City Summit Etherlight XT Extreme and my OEX Leviathan EV 900. I've carried some wood up myself just so we're not chopping anything down. I've got real termite, beef stew for tea and Wayfarers all day breakfast. I've got a few Stellas. Tactical Duck is looking after the Stellas because there's been too many people knocking around. If you know, you know. And all my other suspects, my Jetboil, my electricals and what have you. So it's going to be a cracking night up here. I dare say me and the Bewley brothers, once the sun goes down and there's no views to take in, we're all going to cuddle up inside my hot tent and keep nice and warm. Daz,
Spooning.
Daz has offered to be the big spoon, you'll be pleased to know. Andy might join in, so I just might be the meat in the sandwich, you never know. But for now, we have got an absolutely fantastic sunset view over Blencathra and the surrounding hills. So we'll have one more look before I knock the camera off. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. And once again, it just goes to show you, if you do things right, you don't actually have to walk or travel that far to get a wild camping. And as I've always said, if I can do it, anyone can do it. So if you're in any doubts about getting out and doing a bit of walking, a bit of wild camping, then honestly, trust me, just get yourselves out there and do it, because it's the best fun. Right, time for the camera to go down. Me and the lads, we're going to get our chairs out and enjoy a beer o'clock and take these views in. I will bring you back once the stove's lit and we're all inside the hot tent, keeping nice and warm. So we'll see you then. Well, me and the guys, we've been sat outside for a while now, and it is now pitch dark. The temperature has cooled down quite a bit. So I've got myself inside the tent and I'm lighting the stove. It's been a cracking camp so far. We've got some great views over Penrith. We've had a cracking sunset and we've spoke to some awesome people. Like I say, the stove's now lit, so let's have a look. That is the view outside the tent. And as you can see, we've had a cracking sunset. Some lovely colours in the sky. And it's going to get cold. It's going to be frosty. But there we go. The old stove inside the hot tent is going well. I've got my wood supply. I've got 3 beers left and all the stuff inside that I need. So we're going to let this stove get up to temperature. I'm going to have some food, and then it's time for me and the Bewley brothers to get inside the hot tent and get warm. So we'll see you for some food. Right guys, it's now 6 o'clock and I'll be honest with you, I've been struggling to get the old fire going. So Andy from the Bewley brothers has come to the rescue with a bit of meths and some toilet roll, and he's chopped up some small stuff for us, and the fire seems to be going well now. So it's time for some food. Real Termat, you know where it's at, and it is Real Termat beef stew. Well, you can hear that fire going now. It's going to close that down, I think. Oh, she's going well. So yeah, Real Termat beef stew. It's filled out really well. I don't think this is as good as the pulled pork, to be fair, but get in my belly. Oh. You can really hear that fire pulling now. I can feel the heat coming off it, and I just know the next purchase for the Bewley brothers is going to be a hot tent for sure. And the heat's really starting to build up in here now. It really is. Wow, I feel so much better for some food and to get the fire on as well. Right, as I always say, it's time for me to get myself away and enjoy the Real Termat meal. And then it is most definitely time to turn the camera off and for me and the lads to enjoy the night. Right guys, just before we go to bed, I want to show you something. As I've explained before, I get quite a few offers of stuff to get for free and advertise on my channel, and I'm very selective about it. But I have been sent this Bluetooth speaker from Muzen, and look at the size of it in my hand. It's tiny, and as Daz and Andy will tell you shortly, for the size of it, it's not heavy, but for the size of it, it's heavy, so you can tell it's really well built. Look at that. We've been sat listening to some 90s music and we've been having a great time. The sound out of this little speaker is amazing. I mean, just look at it. It's perfect for camping. You know, you don't want something too big. Can you buy better speakers? Yes, you can. But this is so tiny. I mean, look at it in my hand. It's so small, and the sound that comes out of it is amazing. You know, I'm going to do a full review video on it shortly, but for now I just wanted to let you know that we've been using this Muzen speaker tonight, and it's been absolutely cracking. It's got a lot of little features on it. It's got the waterproof charging port on the side, it's got a torch on the top. So yeah, for now that's all I wanted to let you know. Keep your eyes peeled for a full review video of this coming very soon, because it's a cracking bit of kit. But for now, I'm gonna turn the camera around and I'm gonna let Daz and Andy let you know what they think of it. As you can see, we've got the Pomerleigh Lone Wolf 902 stove absolutely cooking.
Yes,
what do you think of the stove, Daz?
Oh, it's brilliant, isn't it? I've been dead in my time.
What do you think, Andy?
I'm toasty warm. The front side of us, at least.
Yeah, Andy's got the prime seat. All the air's escaping through the door at the moment, and yeah, Andy's boiling warm.
Very warm.
So, honest opinion, Andy, we've been listening to some tunes over the Muzen Bluetooth speaker, and it's the first time you've seen it. What do you think of it?
Surprisingly good. I have a Bluetooth speaker at home that's slightly bigger than that, and my speaker has a very tinny sound to it, whereas that one, you're getting them bass tones and it sounds like it should be coming from a system that's a lot bigger than it is.
Yeah.
So, yeah, from what I've heard from it so far, it was a very good speaker.
It's not bad, is it?
It's not bad at all, no.
And Daz, sorry for shining the light in your eyes, mate, but he's blind. Honestly, honest opinion, what do you think of the Muzen speaker?
Oh, it's good sound coming from it, like, yeah, definitely. I mean, I can only echo what Andy said, really. It's like from such a small device, it sounds like it's coming from such a bigger device, if you get me.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're having a cracking night in the hot tent. Like I say, the fire's going really well. We're all toasty warm. And we've been listening to some old school music on the Muzen speaker. And once again, I can only echo what these guys have said. For the size of it, the sound that comes out of it is absolutely fantastic. Like I've said before, and you guys know me, I will always tell it how it is. And for the size of this little speaker, the sound that comes out of it is cracking. We've been listening to it for what, a couple of hours now,
Easy, yeah.
and there's no signs of the battery dying. And yeah, I will put a link to it in the description, so if you guys are interested in it, please go and check it out. I think off the top of my head it's £60 brand new, so it's quite reasonably priced, and like I say, it's really well made. So for now, we are going to turn the cameras off. We're going to put some more tunes on and listen to them, and we're going to have a cracking night, and we will most definitely see you guys in the morning.
Spend a day looking blank out the window, all looks great in my tank. I'm stuck in limbo, nothing works in my head. I'm moving so slow, shadows lurk all around in my sorrow. Can't focus, I'm distracted, and I don't know what to do. Each time I try to get past it, in the end I think of you. Nothing's fine here without you. The sun won't shine till you come through, till you come back. I'm missing you. Can't help myself, I'm missing you. I can't stand this life alone. Don't make sense now that you're gone. Till you come back, I'm missing you. Can't help myself, I'm missing you. It's so hard to breathe when you're not here with me. And tough is still to live, I don't know how to be. In my lonely mind, I play the same movie. Everything's a mess, it's plain to see. It's so hard to breathe when you're not here with me. And tough is still to live, I don't know how to be. In my lonely mind, I play the same movie. Everything's a mess, it's plain to see. Before this, used to think I knew where to go. Now I see that there is so much I don't know. I lost count. fine here without you. The sun won't shine till you come through, till you come back. I'm missing you. Can't help myself, I'm missing you. I can't stand this life alone. Don't make sense now that you're gone. Till you come back, I'm missing you. Can't help myself, I'm missing you. You just take up all the space in my mind. Hey, I try to shake you up all of the time. Nothing's fine here without you. The sun won't shine till you come through, till you come back. I'm missing you. Can't help myself, I'm missing you. I can't stand this life alone. Don't make sense now that you're gone. Till you come back, I'm missing you. Can't help myself, I'm missing you. It's so hard to breathe when you're not here with me, and tough is still to live. I don't know how to be. In my lonely mind, I play the same movie. Everything's a mess, it's plain to see. It's so hard to breathe when you're not here with me, and tough is still to live. I don't know how to be. In my lonely mind.
Morning everyone, not a bad night's sleep at all. I ran the stove until about 2 this morning, and then I just let it go out, so it's going to be cold enough to pack away this morning. But now the tent, I don't know whether you'll see it on the front facing camera, but the tent is frozen. Absolutely frozen solid. I've just been up for a wee, and there's no mist as forecast. We've got a lovely clear sky and some nice views over Penrith. There you go. Tent's absolutely frozen solid. And here you can see the line on the grass from the floor of the tent where it was warm with the stove to the frost outside. We've got the lovely clear skies and the twinkling lights of Penrith there. So I'm going to get 5 minutes, just as I've just got back in my sleeping bag, 5 minutes, and get me toes warmed up again, and then it's going to be a breakfast time. Finally, this is very much needed this morning. Say, not the coldest camp I've been on, but she's definitely cold this morning. And it is, just looking out the tent now, it's starting to break daylight as well, so we'll be getting up soon. You guys all know that I love a Wayfarer's all day breakfast. Absolutely banging this morning, that. Right, like I say, you guys know the drill by now. I'm going to get myself away and enjoy this, and then hopefully by the time I've finished it, it'll be light enough and we can get outside and get some lovely frosty morning footage for you. Well, that's me up and out the tent. Daz and Andy are just grabbing a coffee at the minute, and then they're going to get up and make a start packing away. I've had my jet boil on to cook my breakfast, so the top part of my tent has kind of thawed a little bit, but it's frozen solid on the bottom, so that was it all over at one point. Absolutely frozen solid, and you can see the guy lines on the floor there, properly frosted up. Beacon's looking lovely this morning, and it looks like we've had some snow on top of the mountains as well. Some lovely colours in the sky. That'll maybe hopefully get you a better view of the snow-topped mountains just there. A very enjoyable camp. Daz went to bed quite early. We were all sat in the hot tent, and then once Daz had gone to bed, me and Andy shut the door, and the difference in there once you shut the door within a couple of minutes, unreal. I love my hot tent. A little bit dull light, but we've also got up here like a brass plaque that tells you where all the mountains are. So we've got Helvellyn, Rays, Great Dod, High Rays, yeah, it points them all out. It was provided by the Lions Club of Penrith. And I left my chair out last night as well. That is absolutely frozen solid as well. Right, I'm going to make a start tearing my tent down and getting ready to go home. Right, that's us all just about packed up. It's still very cold this morning, but the sun is just starting to break through the trees over yonder, and it's we've got some lovely light in the valley. There's Daz's rucksack ready to go. You can see that's where Daz had his tent. You can clearly see where the hot tent's been. That's my bag ready to go. There's the rubbish bag, and that's where Andy was, and you can see Andy's got his rubbish bag there as well. So as always, and as it should be, we will be leaving no trace. Thank you very much for clicking on the video. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as myself and the Bewley brothers have. So once again, until next time, stay safe, much love for a Cumbrian lad.